The Aviation Operations Specialist performs duties which are crucial to safe and successful mission accomplishment within the Army's aviation branch. Soldiers in this MOS work in base and flight operations, the hub of activity in an aviation unit, whether it's operating on a fixed base or deployed during combat. Responsible for receiving, processing, and dispatching vital information to aviation unit, air crew, and aircraft operations, aviation operations specialists are subject matter experts and must perform quickly and accurately, executing operation functions that directly and indirectly affect the success of both training and real-world missions.
We're the checks and balances, so when the paperwork comes to us, it's important that we make sure and we focus and we hit on every possible aspect we can. We don't want them to get on an aircraft and not have enough fuel to land and possibly be in danger. We just want everybody to be safe.
Duties include providing pre-flight planning assistance to crews for flight safety, such as METAR weather reports, hazard maps, and air coordination or tasking orders, as well as checking flight plans and manifests for completeness and accuracy. During a mission, aviation operations specialists track all aspects of a flight, such as estimated and actual times of departure and arrival, and estimated time en route. They communicate directly to the aircrew with weather and mission updates and other critical safety information, and monitor the aircrew frequency during flight in case of emergencies, unexpected delays, or precautionary landings. This career field is best suited for those interested in technology and information management. Candidates for this MOS must be detail-oriented and strive for accuracy, and must be able to think linearly and communicate clearly.
You really need attention to detail. We need to make sure everything is correct. If it's not correct, we need to make sure it gets corrected before we even hand out those keys. If something was to go wrong, it's on us. It's our job.
After successful completion of basic combat training, you will attend 8 weeks of advanced individual training at the U.S. Army Aviation Center of Excellence. There you will learn Army aviation operations and record keeping, including administrative tasks that require detail, scrutiny, and the ability to research and cite regulations or other guidance. This course will challenge your technical knowledge using advanced computer-based systems to track and display vital flight planning, tracking, and monitoring information. After completion of all training requirements, you will be eligible for assignments supporting aviation units around the world.
This job can prepare you for a civilian career because it gives you the foundations of transferring over to being a civilian dispatcher if you wanted, regardless of how long you fulfill your term, whether it's 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, whatever you would decide.
You are multitasking, you are solving problems, you have to think quick, you have to be able to react. Employers love that.
An essential member of the Army Aviation Team, the Aviation Operations Specialist. Above the best.
Good morning to the 15 Papa course. So a 15 Papa is the checks and balances of the admin of the aviation world. They go through 7 weeks of training, over 8 tests that they'll take. Tests on weather, tests on radio equipment, tests on flight maps, examinations on pilots' flight hours, and they go to sticks at the end of their training to test everything they learn in a tactical operations center. I'm allowed to work with instructors who've been in the Army close to their 20 years already, who have seen things that have changed prior to me coming in. And the students themselves ask questions that bring up things that gets my wheels turning and allows me to dig further into the knowledge. Details are so important in this MOS. So what it really teaches a soldier, not just in this MOS, but through the Army period, is to be attention to detail and know everything about your job.
Army aviation plays a key role in all types of military operations. Ensuring mission success while maintaining safe flight operations takes a team of specialized soldiers. Coordinating aircraft movement for takeoff and landing, as well as tracking aircraft in flight, in both tactical and non-tactical environments, is the responsibility of the air traffic control operator. Following procedures, rules, and regulations, soldiers working in this critical MOS are responsible for the operations of airborne flight traffic and airport ground traffic. They also assist in the installation and relocation of mobile tactical air traffic control facilities, process flight plan data, and maintain logs, records, files, and tape recordings of voice communications, and ensure the safety of pilots and passengers.
The importance of this job, I would say, is everything. Just because we use air traffic, we use aircraft in almost everything that we do in the military. So keeping the aircraft safe, most importantly keeping the pilots safe, is a big job and very important.
This career field requires individuals who have an interest in work requiring accuracy and attention to detail, the ability to remain calm in stressful situations, decisiveness while working within strict standards, have good voice communication skills, and an ability to work as a member of a team.
You have to talk to aircraft, write down information, and listen to people talking to you at the same time.
You get a bit of an adrenaline rush when you're trying to clear aircraft and get others off the runway, and there's a billion things going on.
This job is very stressful, and if you cannot remain calm, you're not going to do well.
After successfully completing Army Basic Combat Training, you will attend 17 weeks of advanced individual training. There, you will learn radio operations and communication protocols, the use and operation of radar and aircraft management systems, takeoff, landing, and ground control procedures, and aircraft recognition. After completion of all training requirements, you will be eligible for worldwide assignments. As an air traffic control operator, you may have an opportunity to advance in your career through additional technical, tactical, and leadership training.
This training coincides with training in the civilian world. You get the FAA certifications that you would in the civilian world, and it allows you to have the ability to have a shortened amount of training in the civilian environment.
Where you may find employment at airports, traffic control centers, or a career with the U.S. Department of Defense. An essential member of the Army Aviation Team, the Air Traffic Control Operator, above the best.
So 15 Quebecs go through approximately 16 weeks worth of schooling and education. It consists of first phase is about 4 weeks worth of CTO, and then it rolls right on into 4 weeks of fundamental tower instruction, then 4 weeks of fundamental radar instruction, followed by then 1 week of each piece of equipment that they will be using in the field. But once they get to their first unit and they actually start getting into their niche, then they're really going to focus in on what task or tasks they're going to be expected to perform. Seek out what it makes you uncomfortable, because if you don't and you always stay in your comfort zone, you're never going to find your limits, and you just become complacent, you become stagnant. So seek out those opportunities to challenge yourself, really.
Distinguished guests, family and friends, on behalf of Captain Elliott and First Sergeant Endy, the command team for Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 13th Aviation Regiment, good afternoon. Welcome to today's graduation ceremony. Before we begin, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge all veterans of every branch. We thank you for your dedication and sacrifices you have made for our country. Over the last few months, the soldiers you see before you have entered and completed the second phase of their initial entry training by successfully completing the 15 Papa Aviation Operations Specialist course and 15 Quebec Air Traffic Control Operator course. The official party for today's ceremony is guest speaker First Sergeant Casey Harper, accompanied by Senior Drill Sergeant Christopher Fritzler. At this time, we ask that you please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Des Rivera and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Let us pray. Most Heavenly Father, as we are gathered here this evening in your presence for a special time, may we give you honor and recognition for this momentous occasion. Let us continue to bless each and every single one of these young aviators. I pray that you'll give them the wings to soar like eagles. I pray that you'll give each and every single one of these young soldiers the strength to continue the race that you have called them to do. May you bless them and their loved ones as they embark upon the next chapter of their lives. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. It's in your things I pray, amen.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for today's ceremony, First Sergeant Casey Harper, who hails from Yuma, Arizona. He has been serving our country for the past 22 years and is currently assigned as the HHC First of the 212th First Sergeant.
It's the privilege of getting old, you can't see anything anymore. Good afternoon to the distinguished cadre and instructors at 1st of the 13th Aviation Regiment whose dedication has forged these soldiers. To the proud family and friends whose unwavering support has been the foundation for their success, and most importantly to the graduating classes of the military occupational specialties 15 Papa and 15 Quebec. It is my distinct honor to stand before you today as your guest speaker. My name is First Sergeant Casey Harper. For 21 years, my life has been Army aviation. For 16 of those, I operated in a world where the stakes are absolute and the margin for error is zero in special operations. I'm not here to tell you war stories. I'm here to tell you a truth that you must carry with you every day of your career. I'm standing here today, and countless others are alive, because of the calm, clear, and confident voices of people that sat exactly where you're sitting now. To the 15 Papas, you have just completed weeks of rigorous training. You've been immersed in the language of aviation, flight plans, weather minimums, duty rosters, and the thousands of meticulous details that allow our aircraft to own the high ground. Some people, those who don't understand, might look at your MOS and see a clerk. They might call it a desk job or it's just flight ops. I'm here to tell you today, with every fiber of my being, that they are profoundly mistaken. You are not clerks. You are the conductors of a symphony of controlled chaos. You are the gatekeepers of the sky. You are the absolute nerve center of Army aviation. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a dusty remote outpost. It's 02 in the morning. A team is waiting for an exfil after a long night. They're low on supplies, and the enemy knows that they're there. The only thing they are thinking about is the sound of rotors. Back at the operations center, there isn't a pilot or a commander making the mission happen in that moment. There's a specialist, a 15 Papa. That specialist is tracking the flight, monitoring, sorry about that. Monitoring the weather that's rolling in, coordinating with the refueling assets, and ensuring the next crew is ready to launch if things go south. The pilot flying the helicopter is trusting that specialist flight plan. The team is trusting that the specialist to have managed the schedule so that a helicopter was available in the first place. Their lives and the lives of those men were in the hands of someone doing your exact job. To the 15 Quebecs, you have just endured one of the most intellectually demanding training pipelines in the Army. You have learned to be masters of a three-dimensional chessboard to see the unseen and to project order onto chaos. But your training is not for a comfortable tower overlooking a massive runway. You are being trained to do this job from a tactical tower in the middle of a desert, from a tent packed with equipment, in weather that would make a civilian controller quit. You are the expeditionary masters of the sky. Your voice is a lifeline. It is calm, confident, and professional. It is the voice of a 15 Quebec. It cuts through the chaos and gives vectors. It gives separation from other aircraft in a formation. It gives the precise heading to find the landing zone. In a world of blinding dust and terrifying uncertainty, that voice is the single source of truth. That voice is you. You are the calm in the chaos. You are a guardian of the sky. As you prepare to leave Fort Rucker for your first duty assignments across the globe, I want to offer you some advice, things that I've learned over 2 decades, often the hard way. Be a sponge. When you arrive at your unit, find the saltiest, most experienced NCO in your shop. They are a walking, talking library of knowledge paid for in long nights, high-stress missions, and years of experience. Be humble. Ask questions. Don't just learn the regulations. They'll teach you that. Learn the art. Learn why they do things a certain way. That wisdom is a gift. Your job is to absorb it. Master the art of anticipation. In aviation, we don't react to problems. We stay ahead of them. We call it managing friction. A helicopter will have a maintenance issue. A VIP will make a last-minute demand for a flight. The weather always has a vote. Your job is not just to respond to these events, but to anticipate them. Think 3 steps ahead and always ask yourself, what's the backup plan? Finally, own your sector. Your desk, your computer, your radio, that is your battlefield. Master it. Become the subject matter expert that everyone from the newest private to the battalion commander turns to for answers. Your competence builds trust, and in Army aviation, trust is everything. Graduates, look around. You are now part of a critical, close-knit community. You are the foundation upon which every single Army aviation mission is built. Your victories may often be silent ones, a mission that goes off without a hitch, a crew that returns home safely, a life that's saved. But do not ever doubt your importance. Know that in every cockpit, in every command briefing, and on every lonely landing zone across the world, we are counting on you. Congratulations on this monumental achievement. Be proud of the path you have chosen. Go forward and be the standard. Welcome to Army Aviation, above the best.
Before I proceed, I would like to explain the process of pinning your soldier. Your soldier will be called to walk forward and then stand at the front to await their family and friends. The master of ceremony will cue you by saying, "At this time, please come pin your soldier." Please do not use excessive force when pinning. Take a moment to celebrate this momentous occasion before returning to your seats. Brief photographs are welcome during the pinning, with ushers standing by to assist. This is a defining moment in all your lives and one you will never forget. Congratulations to all of you. As a symbolic gesture that these graduates are the future of Army aviation, each soldier will receive their aviation wings and branch insignia to wear proudly on their Army green service uniform. You may applaud your soldier as their names are announced. The title of Distinguished Honor Graduate is awarded to the top student who achieves a first-time go in all academic subjects. The soldier's diploma is annotated to reflect. The Distinguished Honor Graduate for the 15 Papa Aviation Operations Specialist Course, Class 26-017 Papa, is Private Christopher Robles, who is on assignment to Joint Base Lewis McChord. The title of Honor Graduate is awarded to the top 20% of the class who achieves a first-time go in all academic subjects. Their diplomas are annotated to reflect. The Honor Graduate for the 15 Papa Aviation Operations Specialist Course, Class 26-01 Papa, is Specialist Jeremy Carter, who is assigned to the Utah National Guard. In addition to receiving their wings, we will also recognize 5 graduates with the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. Established in 1993, this award honors service members who provide exceptional volunteer support to their local community beyond the requirements of their duty. The MOVSM reflects a soldier's dedication to selfless service, leadership, and community impact, core values of our Army. These recipients have given their time and talents to uplift others and represent the Army with distinction. The wings for the 15 Papa Aviation Operations Specialist Course, Class 26-017 Papa, and the awardee of the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal is Specialist Diana Morales, who is assigned to the California National Guard. The wings for the 15 Quebec Air Traffic Control Operator Course, Class 26-010 Quebec, and the awardees of the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal are Private First Class Luke Carr, who is on assignment to Soto Cano, Honduras. Private Mark Foreman, who is on assignment to Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Private Isaiah Vargas, who is on assignment to Fort Drum, New York. Private First Class Reese Yarbrough, who is on assignment to Fort Drum, New York. The battalion commander will present the Distinguished Honor Graduates with an Army Achievement Medal and a battalion coin. Honor graduates will receive a Certificate of Achievement along with a battalion coin. Additionally, Lieutenant Colonel Gaines will award the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal, recognizing each recipient's selfless dedication and steadfast commitment to serving others beyond the uniform. At this time, please come forward and pin your soldiers' wings. The wings for the 15 Papa Aviation Operations Specialist Course, Class 26-017 Papa, will now be awarded to Private Jezrin Boston, who is on assignment to Seoul Air Base, South Korea. Private Darian Gill, who is assigned to the Indiana National Guard. Private Anthony Guzman, who is on assignment to Fort Drum, New York. At this time, please come forward and pin your soldiers' wings. Private Alric Rowe, who is on assignment to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private Jaden Smith, who is on assignment to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private Khalil Wellens, who is on assignment to Katterbach, Germany. At this time, please come forward and pin your soldiers' wings. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Soldier's Creed and the playing of the Aviation song and the Army song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony.